Hey, how's it going everyone? I just want to add this on to the end of the last video. So obviously in the last video you saw me cutting this clutch, and again I was a bit concerned with a few of these animals. As you can see, this one here came out and this was the first one to pip. This one is a banana spot nose. It's fantastic. Looking forward to looking at the colours when that boy comes out. This one here, I basically forgot that I did breed this female last year and I bred her to a leopard. So I think we've got a bit of retained sperm, possibly. I won't know until I see the head. If that is the case, then there's a potential of it being a 3-dad clutch, and I'm not sure if that's possible, but I don't know. This one down here, sorry guys, I'm holding the camera, is very orange, and I do think that potentially is an orange dream spot nose. The one that came out I do believe is an orange dream. Okay, but what I wanted to show you guys was the fact. So again, this one here had a hard piece and I showed you guys that this hard piece in there, I've actually cut it away so the baby has a bit more room, and you can certainly see, okay, what's happening on the inside. So I'm not sure about this one. However, this one had the same problem, but it was on the underneath. Okay, so as you can see, it looks like the baby's left its yolk sac, which it kind of has, but that yolk sac is basically no good, it's rock hard. However, if you look at the baby, even though it's small, it's still got perfectly good formation, beautiful colours. Again, it's absorbed as much as it can and it's quite plump around the belly, but as you can see, trying to do this one-handed, as you can see, the baby itself is perfectly fine. Okay, so that baby was ready to come out. So it's always a difficult one with clutches like this when you've got a few bad eggs. All I wish for is obviously healthy babies, and again, like I said, I am a bit concerned about this one here. This, you know, this is all part and parcel of learning, guys, in the hobby. It's all about the learning process, and again, every clutch you tend to see something different. If the Orange Dream Vanilla was involved, which I'm pretty confident it was due to these two here, then that could be a vanilla spot nose. But I just remembered that I did breed last year the leopard to this same girl, and I produced some leopard spot noses, and that could well be a leopard spot nose. So if that's the case, this will be the first ever clutch where I've had 3 males sire 1 clutch, so it will be definitely interesting. As you can see, I was looking to hit a banana spot nose, and that's what we've got there. The spot nose, with it being such vibrant colours, I mean, as you can see on the neck, it's quite vibrant. You can see like a yellow and an orange, so I'm really looking forward to that one coming out. But all I hope for is just perfectly healthy babies. Okay guys, I just thought I'd add that onto the back of this cutting video. But yeah, thanks for tuning in guys, take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Okay, there was me thinking it was over, but it's back. I'm back again guys. I've literally just stopped the video to have a look at this one here, because if you look at the others, excluding this one, because I do think this one's not going to be very good, if you look at the others, these were ready to come out. This one had certainly pipped. These heads are in the same position that they tend to get in when they're ready to cut out. As you can see, this one would be making slits and starting to come out, and this one wasn't far behind. However, this one here, its head isn't in the usual position. Now, this is one of the things that, yes, we cut because we, you know, we want to see what's inside, but for me this is another reason. So this be one of the reasons, like I said, and this be another. I don't know if you guys can see, but here is the neck, there is the umbilical cord to the yolk sac. Now if I just pull him back a little bit, as you can see, his head is twisted in the umbilicus. So what I'm going to do, obviously these scissors are really blunt and they're not going to hurt. I mean, you know, you can see, you know, they're not going to hurt. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to gently put this under his neck, like so, because I can't get my fingers under there because they're too fat. And what I'm going to do, I want to document this, guys, to show you. I'm pulling his head out of his umbilical cord, which is wrapped around his head. There we go. Okay, so that is a leopard spot nose. So that's where his head should have been, and not wrapped around his umbilical cord. I can't emphasize enough, guys, how we have a responsibility as breeders. And again, you know, this is probably the second time this season I've had to do this. I don't candle the eggs during incubation, I just leave them alone. This is something that's naturally occurred where the animal, bless him or her, has got her head or his head stuck. Now as you can see, it's free of the umbilicus, and he's just or she's just happy just to obviously put the head wherever it wants to be. So that for me is a result, guys. Not that I mess about with the eggs, but I always check them over after I've cut them open, just to make sure that they are okay and the bodies are in the correct position and the heads are in the correct position as well. Okay, it is important, and this is something that you guys, on every time you look into your eggs, you need to be looking at the positions of the babies and where they are. Like I said, this one's head is in the right position. This one would have been the third one to be pipping. This one would have been the second. As you can see, it's ready. It's not going to come out. It's going to sit there till it absorbs its yolk. This little guy or girl here is obviously ready to come out. This sac here is no good. Okay, no good whatsoever. This is just, yeah, it's no good. And this one here, its head's not there. So I'm going to have a closer look at this one. I'm not one of these people which I start messing and start pulling animals out, but what I want to show you guys, if I can, I want to document as much as possible, because I do get a lot of questions. As you can see, this one here, it doesn't look the best. I still can't tell if it's kinked. It could just be in an awkward position. I'm just really concerned that its head is not where it needs to be. I'm just gently just moving it around, just having a look, just making sure it's all okay, because at the end of the day I do have a responsibility. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to give that one another day, and just hope for the best. So what I'm going to do while we're here, I'm just going to cut this off. And I will do everything in my power to save these babies, and that is my job, my responsibility. So yeah, look at that, guys. Okay, not good at all. I mean, that's pretty thick. You've got to imagine that was taking up space where the baby needed to grow. That should have been pushed out and sort of swelled out and through the process, and it hasn't. So those two there aren't the best at all. That's hard, and again, that's the same as this, but unfortunately this was on top of the other egg. Unfortunately this one here adhered to the umbilicus, or the the yolk sac of the growing embryo, which may have stunted the growth of the animal. That's why the animals come out and he or she's a little bit small, but trust me, it doesn't mean they're not going to survive. They could have equally the same amount of survival rate as any of these in these eggs. So we'll get rid of these. Okay, just wanted to document that for you guys, because I know this sort of thing you don't see. I mean, how many times have you seen you know, a head stuck around an umbilicus cord on YouTube, or breeders try and help and show you guys when things do go wrong. And it's fantastic, this hobby is, but it does have its times where people, especially those who are new to the hobby, worry about stuff like this. So there we go. Hope this helps. As again, guys, I do try and keep this as much educational as possible, and as real as possible. Okay, so I promise you I will keep you updated on these, but for now, take care, and I'll speak to you guys again. Take care and I'll speak to you guys soon.